Football Manager, the world's biggest villain. They have created a league, a super league, putting every team from every country in one league structure. My beloved Feyenoord find themselves in the 6th tier. I cannot let it stay that way. Therefore, I need to find myself the greatest football manager YouTuber to climb to the top of the World Super League and complete world domination. You see, winning each division earns me something far greater than a trophy. Football Manager stole from me the Infinity Stones and told me the only way I can win them back is to gain promotion from each division. 6 divisions, 6 stones. However, the final stone will only be awarded to me once I have won the World Super League with Fire. And so, in this hunt for glory, Dr. Benji, I have chosen you to help me.
Hang on a second there, big dog. Not like that. 2 things. 1, harmonica recital coming up very, very soon. So, not got time, if anything. And secondly, tired of helping out villains. I helped Lelujo get a leg up over a fence recently when he was trying to break into someone's back garden. So, I'm not really available under any circumstances. And actually, do you know what? A third thing. Sort out that... That is a condition. I'd see something like that straight away. Terrible. Anyway, yeah, thanks for the offer, but no.
Disappointing. I need a man with experience. I'm going on such a journey. Loki, Doki, you must accept this challenge.
Hey Thanos, thanks for getting in touch, mate. I appreciate it. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to help you. I just don't get the right vibe from you. I don't know whether it's like the scrotum chin or the I'm inevitable stuff. Like it's a bit pushy, innit? And also, like, I just want to say, I know you're collecting Infinity Stones and stuff. It's okay to just say you like wearing jewelry. Be more secure in your masculinity and just says, oh, look, I like wearing jewelry. Deal with it, okay? And on that front, I'm out. I can't do it, mate.
These humans, they just don't understand what a great club Feyenoord once were. I need a man evil enough to rebuild Feyenoord. Boot FM, I need you. Take Feyenoord to the top of the World Super League. Rebuild them.
Dude, I mean, you and your world domination, I have no idea what is your issues, mate. What are your issues? Now, man, Thanos, I love you. You're like a brother from another mother. We're from the same place. We're practically twins. I mean, the only thing is you've got that like weird ball bag chin thing going on, but you know, you own it. But seriously, mate, if I could help you out, I'd be there in a flash. You know, I'm a pretty good football manager YouTuber-ish. Well, I'm pretty average, but I would help you out. Thing is, my wife needs me for something. My wife needs me to go home, help clean the toilet. Yeah, she's got this like weird toilet phobia. She thinks she's going to fall in. Got to be there, hold her hand. And if there's a dump in there, she thinks it's going to bite her face off, mate. So if I could, I would. But, you know, I'm not. I've got to go. So, yeah, good luck with that thing you're doing. So, bye. See ya. Laters.
What is this? Conquered Scandinavia, eh? He looks weak. This task will break him. Only one way to find out. Omega Luke.
Yes, here we are. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, the time is finally here. The start of World Rotterdamination. I hope you're excited. I hope that's why you're here. You haven't just stumbled on this accidentally. If you have, welcome. My name is Omega Luke, and today we are going to start off our brand new series, World Rotterdamination, which you've just seen the trailer for. Let's get into it. So here we are. I have announced myself as Feyenoord manager, and we are currently in the FIFA Etihad Airwaves Division 3. Like what Thanos said, it is in the 6th tier of this new Super League, which, by the way, there will be a chance for you to download this exact same database, because what I have done and what my assistant manager Lander, one of my Patreon members Lander, has very kindly done is, because we have put this actual database through plenty of testing, we figured out a few flaws, a few imbalances with the finances. I did mention it in the FM Scout video that there could be like problems with like last place in the World Super League only earns like 500k as a prize money, which doesn't really add up. So we've gone through and we've changed it. So now final place earns 60 million, top place earns 80, and as you go down through the leaderboards, so if we go to my division here, it sort of evens itself out. So the top prize is 25 million, the bottom prize is 17.5. So we changed that, which I think is paramount to making this save a success. There's no good getting relegated and only getting 500k, having to lose all your players. It just doesn't really make sense. This game is already going to be difficult enough. So we've changed that. Another thing we've also added, we have added youth divisions. There wasn't a reserve league or a youth league on the database before that. My good friend Lander has gone on and added that. So if you wish to have this exact same database, the link down below to my Discord, there's a download file to the actual database I'm using right now, which will take you onto my Discord. Join the Discord group, and there's a section down there which will leave you right to it. So if that's what you want to do and you want to partake on this series with me, because I encourage you all to do so. Maybe not with Feyenoord, maybe you want to do it with Feyenoord, I don't know. Maybe this will encourage you to do a different save, or you want to play alongside me and see if you can do just as good as what I'm doing. That'll be fantastic. And of course, if you do that, let me know, especially in the Discord. Let us know how you're doing. That's what I want to do. I'm going to create a little channel in there where everyone can talk about how their Super League is going. There is other ways to get the database though. You can actually get the save game file that I'm physically using. So if I manage to get to a certain point, maybe I get promoted from the first division and you like the side I've built, you can carry on from that through the Patreon. Patreon.com/Omega Gaming. The link down there leads you to my Patreon. One of the rewards on there, just $4 a month, allows you to have any save game file you like, whether it's this save, Youth to Gold, the Manchester United series. It's completely up to you. That allows you to do so through the Patreon, and of course you get to support the channel, but I'm just glad you're all here ready for the Super League. Now this series will be out 3 times a week minimum, with a Monday, Wednesday, Friday release at all of the same times, the usual times of 6 PM UK time. So that is when you need to be checking in on your subscription page. Once you're subscribed, of course, a link, press that big red button down there. Once you subscribed, I'll be in your inboxes every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. We are also going to stream some of the in-between episodes on Twitch, including the start of tomorrow. We're going to do the end of this episode up until episode 2. Link to my Twitch channel is down there. Now the final thing before we actually start playing is some good stuff, the graphics. Now, I want to talk about the background that I've got here. So many people are bound to ask me. The skin is called OPZ Elite. You can find it on the FM Scout website. I tend to leave a link down there. It is, as I'm recording this, the latest one that they have on there. The background, however, I've created myself, and I've added it to the graphics folder in the skin, which you can do as well. If you didn't know, you can do that. You can alter it to whatever you like. So when I'm playing the Manchester United save, I can change it to Old Trafford, but I like to stick to this right now, the Feyenoord save, World Rotterdamination. And speaking of which, Thanos is going to be unhappy unless I keep going. However, he has done something really nice for us. He is teamed up with my friend FM20, and I'll leave his description down there, to create us some new kits. And my word, these are stunning. Here we go here. I will also pop up a graphic right now. There we go, as you can see. Stunning. Beautiful work there from FM20, Air Jordans, and we even have Thanos on our away kits. So that is pretty awesome if you think so as well. And if you want that, I'll also leave a link to download these kits in the Discord as well, so you can play along just like this. Tactic-wise, first of all, let's have a look at the club vision then. What they want us to do. They want us to develop players using the club's youth system. I'm happy to do that. They've got a very good youth system, Feyenoord. We know Dutch players are incredible on this game. However, because we're now playing in England in this World Super League, you get regens from any country. From the testing we've done, you get it from any country. So that's amazing. I'm looking forward to that. Play attacking football is preferred. I'm happy to do that as well. Work within the wage budget is definitely a requirement. Let's make sure we don't make this club go bust, so that's good. So what do they want? First season, top half finish. That's good. That's acceptable for me. Reach the 3rd round of the World FA Cup and reach the 5th round of the World UEFA Cup, which is the Carabao Cup equivalent. Now, after that, the season after that, so they've given us 3 years to win promotion. I'm happy with that. So that's quite good. But the season after, they want us to reach playoffs. So they want quick progress after this. I say it's Thanos. They want us. He wants quick progress. Really does. So what I'm going to have to do then is think of a decent tactic. Now, I have said on multiple occasions about the Phantom Menace being the best tactic on this game. I am banning myself from using anyone else's tactics, including Ryan Cassidy's, my favourite tactic man, who you can find access to all his tactics, again, in the Discord. So I'm going to build myself a tactic right now, and we'll cut to that. Now, call me crazy, but this might just work. So my thinking throughout this tactic, play with your strengths. That's what I always think with a tactic. If you're going to build your own tactics, play with your strengths. Now, we have some very good centre midfielders. We only have one decent striker, so I'm looking for a one-striker formation. However, I know through multiple tactic testers, etc., that having wingers instead of attacking wingers seems to be better defensively, and they still get up and attack if you have them on attack mode. So I'm going to do that. So what I'm thinking now is have a deep line playmaker. This is my favourite role on the pitch. Most of the tactics I always build, I tend to have a deep line playmaker on defend here, like my AC Milan one I had. And I think we go with this like weird cross formation. And we're going to see how this goes. We'll try this. We don't necessarily have any strikers. Money-wise, at the start of the game, we have been given £6 million, and we haven't really got anything on the wage budget, so we have to really work with that. We have £78 million in the overall balance, which is quite good, to be fair. We're looking quite good. Projection-wise, it's going down. It is going down, so we're going to have to think about that and look at that throughout the season, whether that's going to cause us a problem. Later on down the line, we might have to become a selling club. Hopefully not, though. Hopefully not. This is going to be a challenge in itself. This is the first time I've seen anyone do this. It's what I think is quite exciting. Now, league-wise, we have some very strong teams in our league. The likes of Dynamo Zagreb, Sheffield United is going to be hard this game. I think Krasnodar, with their money, I think they're quite rich, in fact, on this. Can I change this to finances? I've got a feeling they have quite a lot of money. 46 million. We actually have more money than them. I'm surprised. But we also have some other strong Brazilian sides in there. Moscow as well. It's going to be difficult to get out of this league. Norwich, of course, Premier League, a Premier League side. The season preview puts us sort of top of mid-table, 8th. 10 to 1 chance to getting promoted. I quite like that. We have one player sort of in the key player role there in Steven Burgess. And he does probably look like our best player on this game. 27 years old, worth 30 million. And the transfers on this game, by the way, on this database, through simming it for a while and sort of testing it, bizarre. Very bizarre transfers. There is some weird values going up and stuff, so hopefully we'll see some weird stuff like that. Make it a little bit more interesting. So he's supposed to be our best player. Outside of that, as our side, we've got a few youngsters in there. We've got this man, 18 years old, a right back. I don't think he turns into anything good. I've never heard anyone speak of him being amazing. We also have this man who I think actually turns out to be quite good. Tyrell Malacia, 19 years old if he's played. So I'm going to give him some game time for sure. Now, there is sort of like a thing I want to play with, a sort of DNA that I want to play with, which I've seen implemented a few times, given the tactic and stuff like that. I want a good work-rated side. So I want players who have good teamwork, good determination, good work rate. to allow them to do that, they also need good stamina and good natural fitness. So I'm calling this the DNA of my tactic. When I'm looking at players, I'm going to try and bring in some players around that. Jorgensen, I don't think necessarily shouts the DNA of my tactic through looking through the side, but that's going to be the case. These first couple of years, I'm going to have players in the side that I'm not necessarily going to be happy with, but it's all down to me to change that and rise us through the leagues. Collecting the Infinity Stones for our man Thanos and rising to the top of the Super League. Right, for now, I'm going to skip the whole of pre-season, make my transfers, and I'm going to bring you back for the very first game of the season to see who we've brought in and to see how we get on in our very first game. I'll see you in a bit. Actually, it's going to be instantaneous. Watch this. See? Told you so. Instantaneous. We're now at the 10th of August 2019. We're just a day away from starting our journey, and we're against Pauk in the league. So, transfers. Let's talk about it. On the outs, we just had one man, Eric Botingen. A defender. We had quite a lot of defenders. I've also brought in a few defenders. I don't like defenders with zero pace, so he had to go for me. He is Brazilian, 31 years old, 6'3", went to Club America for a grand total of 2.4 million. Let's see who we brought in as a replacement. So the very first signing I made, and his replacement, Nicolo Armini. He's not going to be a first team player, however, I know the potential that this man has, you know the potential that this man has, and hopefully we've got a better one. Due to the potential rating that changes and fluctuates. Hopefully we've got a really good Nicolo Armini on this game. Of course, at the start of the game, you can pick him up very cheap. £1 million for this man. The Italian, 18 years old, 6'1". He's going to be class for us in a couple of years' time for sure. We also did a thing. We managed to raid Real Betis. And for some reason, they have ridiculously low minimum fee release clauses. And this is another wonder kid on this game. Robert brought him in. He does look very good indeed. Not exactly first team football yet. However, he will develop. Let's hope we can get his determination up and bring that up so he can reach his full potential of 5 stars. He is also very weak. Strength of just 1. Next up, I brought in Louis Montanu. Now, this is a player who you might not look at and think he is amazing. However, he only cost me 60k from Romania. And the reason why I brought this man in is I know this man can be a goal machine. I've done some tests with him before through FM Scout. He was on our potential stars list, the short list that I produced, and he is quite good. He does turn out to be quite good. We don't have very many strikers. For 60k, why not bring him in? 17 years old. If I never end up using him or never develops into something good, I'm sure I can make a bit of profit out of him. So that's Louis Montanu. A loan deal next who's going to fit straight into our starting lineup, and we're going to rejig the midfield around. And remember, when I mentioned the DNA of this side, I wanted determination, 17, check. Teamwork, 19, check. Doing 3, that was only 2, Luke. Work rate, 17, check. Now it's 3. Natural fitness and stamina to back them up, 17, bang. That's 5 out of 5 for me. Scott Arfield, on loan from Rangers. He was transfer listed. We didn't have the funds to bring him in as a full transfer. However, a loan deal to start this series out, I think this is actually quite a good deal. He is 30, so signing him, I suggest, wouldn't have been the best idea, to be honest. But as a loan deal, only on £18,000 a week. Now, I did say I raided Real Betis, and I got this man in, and you may think, Luke, you've gone crazy. This guy is dreadful. However, I picked him up for 2.1k. Absolute peanuts. No compensation fee, just a 2.1k. Worth it, I think. He's already scored 3 goals in a non-competitive game up front for the youth side. Worth it. He's not the only one, though. There's another one. Roberto Abreu, another man, 18 years old from Real Betis. Better potential this time. And we got him for 1.5k. Even cheaper. So I think make sure you have a look at these sides at the start. There are some ridiculous minimum fee release clauses. I almost got a couple from Real Madrid who were just as cheap, but they signed new deals with Real Madrid as they tend to do. So that's unfortunate. But that's another great sign and a good steal there. As a backup fullback, I'll pick this man up on a free. Julien Setut, I'm going to go with. Not amazing, but he does have the fundamentals that I'm talking about in this DNA. 16 determination, 14 teamwork, good work rate, natural fitness and stamina. He's not going to be first team because we've got Karsdorp on loan from Roma. However, I think he can do a job for us. The penultimate player on this list is Brahima Utara, and he is from Ivory Coast. Just 20 years of age, coming from the Ivory Coast League. And you guys might know about this man. He is on the potential stars list for the future. Spoiler alert. And he does play in that attacking midfielder role. I'm going to be using him as like a backup, and he's going to be growing with the club. We got him for 250k again, so some astute signings here. We didn't have a lot of money. We've had to make the most out of what we can do. So I think this is quite a good deal. The transfer window is still open. I'm still looking for a few players before, but this is just what I've done before we get to the first game. So he's going to sit. When we sat in the reserves at the minute, I might have to change that, to be honest, because I think he could be better than the backups that we've got already. He does have some really good attributes, to be fair. 5'9", though. I wish he was slightly taller. There's one more man. Let's have a look at him. And that one more man is Miguel Baeza. And we've got him from Real Madrid. He is the one that we managed to get out of Real Madrid. We attacked 4 of their players from Real Madrid Castilla. And he was the one who didn't sign a new deal with them. We learned from our mistakes. We offered him a bit more money. And he eventually came to us. Now, I think, as you can see, he's already quite good. He is just 19 years old. He doesn't fit the DNA that I mentioned because he only has 7 work rate, but he has good potential. We picked him up for just 850k. I think that is quite a good signing, to be fair. He will grow in the role, and we can also play him in a variety of positions because he is very versatile, and I like that in my players. We also have 2 players who is going to be joining us at the end of next season, and I was going to wait to show you them. However, I wanted to show you them now so that you can also make these signings at the start of your saves because of how good they are. Now, you need to have certain leagues loaded. For this, I always load the Uzbekistani League, and it's because of this man, Jazor Jalodinov. And he isn't exactly incredible. He is fairly good, 17 years old. However, he cost me £725. Not even £1,000 this man cost me. So in the future, if he develops into anything, we'll make a profit out of him at least. But he's 17 years old from Uzbekistan. Coming from the Uzbekistani League as well. But there is one more signing we got even cheaper than that. And that is your Moses. He comes from Ghana in the Ghanaian League at Charity Stars. He is on loan at FC Aruka. However, you can pick him up for a free transfer, no compensation fee at the start of the game, and he will arrive to you once his loan deal has finished. Sometimes you can buy out the loan, but you can't do it on this one. Great determination. He has the fundamental attributes. He's not going to be a world-class player. However, for a free transfer, you cannot deny he will add something to this side, if not create a profit in the future. So this is what our side is looking at. Now, I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately, and I've been watching a lot of the old Sky Sports programme, Football's Greatest. Let me know down in the comments if you ever watched Football's Greatest. And the ones that I've been watching lately is Football's Greatest International Teams. And the reason why that I've been watching them is because 2 teams popped up. It was the 1974 and the 1988 Dutch sides with the likes of Johan Cruyff, Neyskins, Ruud Gullit, Van Basten. And I just like the look of them, and I really feel like I want to build myself an incredible Dutch side in the future. I think that would be really cool if we manage to get to the top league using this Dutch side.
You done talking?
Yes, sorry.
Tell me, what are the reports on pre-season?
Oh, pre-season? Yeah, it went great. Pre-season went awfully. We only actually scored 1 goal, and we did not win a game, and we actually lost to teams who are a lot worse than us, using our first side. So I don't know whether it's a tactic. I've tweaked it slightly, but we're going to rock with this. Anyway, we have our first game. It is time. We're against PAOK. I think this is the side I want to go with through this for this game. Nicolai Meany on the bench. We have pretty much our starting lineup. We don't have any injuries. Only Louis Montagnier, who wouldn't have got into the side anyway. He's picked that up through the reserves. But outside of that, I think we're all good to go. We have a couple of fitness concerns, but that's just simply because they haven't played first team football. And we've only had 4 friendlies, which I let my assistants do. I've also, by the way, we've revamped the coaching staff. So we now have the best coaches across the board outside of goalkeeping coaches, and we have the best scouts in the business. And if we have a look at training, I've made sure and I've gone across and I've put so we have at least 4 stars on every single one, and no one has got a heavy workload. That's the first thing I did when we had pre-season. But okay, this is the side I want to go with. Let's talk about it. Bijou in goal. We have Karsdorp right back, as you can see. Very good player on loan from Roma. Van Beek, Sven Van Beek, 25 years old, one of our better players, centre back. We also have Senesi, who turns out to be quite a good player on this game. I'm excited to see what he does develop into on this game. Marcos Senesi. We have Haps at left back. I did say that we might be playing Malacia, but he is just come back from an injury. We have Van der Heijden in the deep line playmaker role. I like him there. Toornstra in Jens Toornstra, the 30-year-old now, can play in either position. Him and Arfield, I'm tempted to just do this with. However, Toornstra can play the box-to-box midfielder role and has a good relationship with Van der Heijden. I'm going to keep it that way for the time being. Burgess on the right-hand side, some good pace, good trickery, very good at crossing. I like that. We also have Sinestera. Luis Sinestera, the Colombian, on the left-hand side. Tricky winger. Can play on both wings as well. May look to use that in the future. And then, of course, we have Arfield in the attacking playmaker role. The glue to us, I feel like, with Jorgensen, Nikolai Jorgensen, the Danish man up top. So, here we go. PAOK. Now, they do have a couple of good players. I had a look. I'm pretty sure they've got an ex-Chelsea player. There he is, Miroslav Stock. Do you remember this man? He was in the Premier League with Chelsea. You probably can't see that because my head's in the way. There he is. He was in the Premier League with Chelsea not so long ago. He's also been in the Dutch League, so he would have played against us before. Mainly remember him for his time at Fenerbahce, though. Outside of that, we have a few decent players that I might or may not recognise, including Chuba Akpom, the Englishman. Pacey striker. Go out there and give the fans their money's worth. By fans, I mean the Big Purple Man. Because if the Big Purple Man is not happy, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Straight away, though, we have a highlight. Toornstra. Plays it back. Scott Arfield. Back out to Toornstra. Have a pop if you like. Oh, he's at the post. It's a close one. Now, if you've never watched my channel before, I'm a 2D man. I prefer 2D. They have got a very small pitch. I'm a 2D man and then 3D in replay. So let me know if that's what you like. Chupa Akpom and our goalkeeper is saved. But that's just for retro purposes. I've always used 2D. That is my favourite go-to for this. Been headed out. El Kadori. I'm thinking about streaming this series on my Twitch channel, which I haven't barely used, and I'll leave the link down in the description below, twitch.tv Omega Luke Gaming, tomorrow night. So if you're watching this on the day that this comes out, Monday, I will be streaming the in-between parts up until episode 2 on Twitch, and we can talk about the save a little more. It's going to be like not as fast paced as what my Youth to Go one is for people who like watching the Youth to Go series that I have on here where I live stream. It's going to be more slower paced. We're going to discuss the side a little bit more, looking at the database a lot, and just playing a few games. That's unlucky from Sinestera. I'm really talking to you guys about what you think about the save and if there's any players I should be looking out for, because what I found in this save, the signings are so difficult to make, and maybe I should have mentioned that before. It is so difficult. I couldn't get like James Garner on loan. Manchester United would not let him come to me because I'm too far down. Sinestera, that is outstanding. He should be squaring it across though. They just don't see us as the highest reputation club to make the signings that I am asking for, which is why we've really struggled with signings, and I've mainly had to go for youth. Jorgensen and Senesi's put it in. That's 1-0. That's great stuff. It looks like we're going to be dangerous from set pieces. We've got a few men who can take decent set pieces, and we've got monsters in the box, likes of Jorgensen, who has got the assist there. Senesi tapping it in on the line. But yes, like I say, it's the reason why I've gone for mainly youngsters, because it's the only players I can really afford to get who will actually come to us. Even players in the lower leagues won't come to us because of reputation of our league. They are wanting to go higher, and loan signings is just a no-no. I'm lucky I got Scott Arfield, to be honest. Very lucky. Toornstra. Here he is, Scott Arfield, Jorgensen, playing it around, Van der Heyden, Senesi, plays it all the way back to Bijou, Bijlow even, Senesi again. It's good build-up play, that's what I like. We've always got an option with this formation. Sinestera cuts inside. He's had a few opportunities. They haven't been good ones, have they? Right, we're coming up to half-time. We're approaching half-time now. We're still 1-0 up. They haven't troubled us too bad. But we've had a few chances that I feel like we should be at least 2-0 up now. Burgos. On the attack. That's great play from him. Can he find someone? All the way. All the way. And again, it's all the way up until that final shot. We need shooting practice, because this is dreadful. Can we defend, though, right before half-time? Miroslav Stock. He is the danger man. Don't give away a penalty, and they've hit the post. They've come close. It's a let-off from us. It is a let-off, but it is half-time also. Encourage the players. I think we need to go with assertive, and don't be complacent. Do not be complacent, because they could pitch a goal back here, and we're in deep trouble. Burgos, straight from kickoff. There is Sinestera, even. So not Sinestra. We don't have a man called Sinestra. We have a Sinestera. In case you're new to me, names not very good at. Burgos, headed it down. Scott Arfield, out to Karsdorp. Nice play from him. Jorgensen, Burgos, play it back if you can. Oh, and I feel like that was the actual opportunity. The block shot. It was a cracking block as well. 2 clear-cut chances we've had. Only 1 goal. 66 minutes. I'm going to think about making some changes in a sec. But Jorgensen has just been played over the top. Again, it's the final finish. I think I am going to make some changes. We're going to see this corner come in. Very rarely score from these corners after a highlight. Burgos heads it down. Crespo clears it. There we go. Right, let's make some changes. So I brought on Kokku, which is going to be funny to say throughout this whole save, on the right-hand side, and Baeza on the left-hand side. Now, the reason why I've done that is because they have an attacking role from that deep winger role. They are going to be knackered every time, so I'm always going to be aware of that. I'm used to that, though, using the Phantom Menace tactic. The same thing happens there. They are required to do a lot of running in that role, and I'm prepared for that. Baeza now heads it back. Haps can't quite get there. Crespo, Chuba Akpom even. Cannot get to that. Yes, there he is. Baeza. Senesi. Scott Arfield plays over the top. Haps now. We're on the counter-attack. This is good. Play it in if you can. Baeza. Got time and space. Honestly, is the grass too long on this pitch? Or are we just skipping leg day? Right, from that goal kick, Baeza's managed to pick it up again. Don't lose it, though. He's done well since he's come on. A couple of highlights. He's getting involved. I like it. Koku. Can't quite get there. Oh, God, no. Oh, God, no. Chuba Apcom. Whatever you're called. Oh, for... Damn it. Well, we've been caught on the break. Massively there. And I feel like all those chances that we have squandered is now going to come us and kick us right in the balls. Because Chuba Akpom has gone through and slotted it in. Oh, it's bad play from us. It's very bad. We haven't got a lot of time to make do either. Let's bring on Bozanek for Toonstra. And we'll put him up in that role there and go for it now. What's Bozanek's favourite role here? As a target man? Well, let's go for it. The target man. We'll play a little bit further up to him and try and get it to him. Let's float these crosses in. We've got 2 big men in there. 2 big men. I'm happy to distribute to them. We haven't got a lot of time. I don't normally do this, but I'm playing around with a few things. We haven't got a lot of time. Let's just go for it. And the time's running out. It doesn't make no difference. Time is gone. Time is absolutely gone. And our first game has led to us giving up a winning position and losing 1-1. That's unfortunate. There we have it then. 1 game, 1 draw. We find ourselves mid-table. Of course we would. Schedule-wise, we are going to look to bring you back potentially around about the Moscow, maybe the Anderlecht game around about that area. We've got Krasnodar up next, which is going to be a very difficult one. So if you're wanting to watch on Twitch stream tomorrow, very casual sort of way we go through the database and play some of these games here, twitch.tv/Omega Luke Gaming. Check the link down in the comments below. Well, if that's not there, I'm pretty sure that is it. But that will take you to my Twitch channel, which I've never really used. So it'd be nice to see some new faces on there, some familiar faces, all coming over to Twitch and seeing what I can do on there outside of YouTube. But of course, if you haven't done so already, please like the video, subscribe if you haven't, Patreon and all of that, the database, the Discord, the links, everything is down there. Thank you very much for watching the very first episode of World Rotterdamination. My name is Omega Luke. See you soon. Bye bye.
Hey you. Yeah, you. How am I doing this? Mind control. Watch.
There's a Patreon if you want to support the channel like these guys, and YouTube thinks you'll like this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe. No, I am not Luke's father.